I have no idea what happened to my video, but once again, everybody, sorry about that. I'm definitely just gonna start this over. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Soleil City Podcast. Has some minor situations going on. Um, all right, y'all. Okay, there it goes. I can see the count now. I don't know what's going on, but thank you for tuning in. Um, Pretty much, guys, this episode is what surgery did I receive? And I don't know, can you guys tell? Do you know? Maybe am I hiding it too much? So, guys, well, I had my surgery June 13th, and I waited a month to tell you guys about this. So, I'm excited to do the reveal. Oh, I got a BBL, y'all. Just kidding. I did not get a BBL. I got breast surgery, guys. Um, a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, why did you do that? Why?" Da, 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 da. Well, there's plenty of reasons why I did my breast surgery. Um, but two main ones. I've always had situations where my breasts would just not be in the position I wanted it to be. Like they wasn't. I'm not gonna say perky because I don't know, but something that just fit me. They were always down, and I'm just like, I'm so young with these things, and it's been like that for years. So from the time that I even grew titties, I was like, mm-mm. And for those tuning in, please turn your phone sideways to get the full view of me. I know a lot of people were in talks on the last episode about not being able to see me on camera. Um, but yeah, y'all, I decided to go ahead and do breast surgery. And yeah, that reason, they were always hanging since I was young. And also, after having my daughter, I had some issues where I started to develop like a rash underneath my breast. And it sucked because I was dealing with it for like some time. I mean, like I said, my daughter is about to be 3, and I just had surgery June 13th. So you can obviously tell that it's been a minute before I even got the surgery approved. I didn't have to pay anything out of pocket, so that's a good thing. Um, but yeah, I just developed this rash under my breast. I had hyperpigmentation. It was getting to be too much. So I said to my doctor, look, here's what we're going to do. This is what you're going to do. Proper protocol, and then that's that on that. But he basically gave me like some medicines. None of that stuff worked. So we tried for maybe about a year and a half. It took some time for the approval to go through. And the doctor was also backed up. So it was kind of like a waiting game. Um, and I honestly, it was a relief for me because I've been wanting a change around my chest area. Everything else I could work out. I'm cool with the rest of my body. I could do whatever, but it's just the chest. Like that's gonna take some time, and not even that. Is it really gonna build up? I've done workouts, I've done all that stuff, and even when I was in CrossFit training, nothing changed. So it's like I just, wanted the surgery. And, a lot of people prior to me saying anything, they probably would have been like, oh my God, why did you do that? Why did you do breast surgery? Like, why are you doing stuff to your body? Blah, blah, blah. Well, for one, as you can see, the difference with me is there's no silicone in my breast. They're still all natural. It was just a reduction and a lift. I hated that it had to be a reduction and a lift, but clearly they had to reduce it in order to lift it. They couldn't just take all that tissue and skin. So it would look weird. um but yeah, guys, I am glad I finally got to reveal that to you guys. But really, I don't think this session is going to be too long today, honestly. Um, just checking in with my participants. And if you guys can, actually, give me 1 second. Make sure you click that link while you're tuning in. But yeah, like this topic is a little bit more than just, revealing that I had surgery. It's also about talking to you guys a little bit more in depth about some things that popped up and occurred. Um, so, yeah, we're going to get right into it. People are still trying to join in. Okay. So, what I really wanted to talk about, especially with surgery, and it's crazy, like everybody's getting surgery, everybody's getting something done to their body. But really, I want to find out from you guys, like, is it okay for one, we're going to touch on the topic of, is it okay for men to, have a say so or opinion in what women do to their bodies? Um, finding the right doctor and just pretty much the life choices we make doing stuff like that. Um, and I really want to dive into that topic because the latest thing that really honestly saddened a lot of people and me myself, because I was always watching her video, um, was Jackie O, DC Young Fly's, wife, baby mother, call it what you want. That's what she is. Um, yeah, her recent death. Uh, it was it was honestly gut wrenching for me because she, for those who don't know the story behind it, she just had a baby 6 months prior to her death. So a lot of people are just kind of like being judgmental, like, why did she do that? She could have just waited. Honestly, for me, I can say I do agree on the waiting part. I feel like, having a baby is a surgery in itself. So I feel like you got to give your body some healing time. Maybe she waited like an extra 6 months, but there's women out there who actually have waited 6 months after having a child and going to do the surgery and they're just fine. But once again, we don't know God's timing, so there's really no way you can question it. Um, and yeah, like her death really took me by storm because I was watching her TikToks, um, her beautiful kids. She would post them, her relationship with DC. And I love DC. He's funny. And just seeing that happen or hearing about it, it really was like, yo, like, what in the world? Like, she's really gone, you know what I'm saying? And we can't get back that time, or he can't get back that time. The kids, they have to know that their mom is no longer here. And it's not like, it doesn't even matter. I won't even say it matters the amount of kids, but then again, it's like there's three of them that have to go through this, as far as mental health as they get older. Um, I honestly, like, after her death, I was so skeptical about my surgery. I couldn't sleep. I could not eat for the life of me. Well, I wasn't supposed to eat 12 hours prior to surgery. Well, I couldn't eat after midnight. But I was just like, oh my God, like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. But if I cancel, insurance will never cover it again. I'm like, I know I'm in good standings. I'm healthy. There hasn't been anything wrong with me. So, and then I already had weight loss surgery a year ago. I'm good. I'm good. I just kept telling myself, I'm good. I'm going to do this. And I just prayed, like, God, take me off that table when I wake up, make sure everything's fine. I want to say I had like a scare like 3 days after the surgery. Like, I just felt off. Like, my back was tightening up, my arm was getting numb. I'm like, is this a heart attack? Like, what in the world? Like, I've been walking, so I rushed myself to the hospital and everything was good. I guess it was just like a big old gas bubble, y'all. Because your girl was in pain, let me tell you. It was crazy. But all in all, like, I just saw the comments about like Jackie, and it's like, let's be honest. If this did not happen to her, would anybody really have shit to say? No, like, no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't even be questioning about how is DC married to her, why they were never married, why they had 3 kids out of wedlock. It was so much, and it was just like, you guys pick a perfect timing. Like, she's gone, just give your condolences and leave it alone. Like, she chose what she wanted to do with her body, and that's what made me want to talk about this topic, because should men have opinions? And I'm not saying that he didn't say anything to her about having this surgery. We don't know what was said prior to her having surgery. Everybody's just like, why didn't you stop her? This is that. Listen, if somebody, it doesn't matter if you have a soul tie to this person. If somebody says they're going to do something, they're going to do it. Just for example, if a woman says she's about to go cheat, or if that's in her mind, or vice versa for a man, that's what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop anybody from doing what they want to do. Um, I just say, make your decision, respectfully bow out, or you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are saying they had broken up. I don't know how true that is. I'm not going to speak on that, because at the end of the day, it's too many hands in the situation. It's too many mouths in the situation for people who were not laying in the same bed as them or in the same household as them. um, there's a lot of times we question people's relationship because we don't get to see everything anymore. Like, at one point they were showing us a bunch of stuff and then they stopped doing it. But in reality, the reason why they stopped is because management told them to kind of take a break. You know what I'm saying? So, and that doesn't mean anything. And coming from where I was industry wise, you see that a lot, honestly. For the little bit of time that I was in the industry and for the little bit that I got from that, you're not going to see everything. You're going to get played, basically. You're going to get fucking played. So, should should guys have opinions on women's bodies? Personally, for me, I love the respect. I love the concern of a guy giving his input on a woman deciding, maybe to have surgery. Because really, if that guy really loves you and he loves you for who you are, he's gonna be like, why do you need to change it? But then he's also gonna be like, I don't like it, but I support you. If this is what you want to do, just make sure you read and you're knowledgeable about this. That I can respect. And anybody can have an opinion. Um, my problem with the situation is, so many women are so mad that this woman did the surgery, but then there are women who are like, why did she do that? This, that, blah, blah, blah. You hear that a lot. But then these are the same women who are like, don't tell me what to do with my body. Um, and if I want to keep this baby, that's what I'm going to do, blah, blah, blah. A guy could be telling a female, get rid of that baby. And she's like, I'm not going to do it. Now I understand the depths of that situation. Bearing a baby, even at the most fragile moment in the very beginning stages, like, you don't want to get rid of your child. You may not have another if you do. But then, there are women who get raped or whatever the case is, and they get rid of the baby. That could be the same girl who's saying all of that stuff. I'm not getting rid of my baby, blah, 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 blah. That's why I said so many hands and mouths are in the situation, because on one hand, we're telling guys to mind their business. It's our bodies, this, that. It doesn't even matter what the situation is, because regardless of anything, like I said, pregnancy is like a surgery. When you push out a baby, your womb is opening up. That is a surgery. They got to sometimes snatch your cuckoo back together. And like, do you really think that a guy shouldn't have their opinion? They can have their opinion as long as nobody's not forcing you to not do something that you want to do. I mean, but like I said, if a guy genuinely loves you, he's gonna tell you, like, I don't think this is a good idea. Maybe for health purposes, just like myself, I did it for health reasons. My dude still was kind of like on the fence, like, I don't know why you're doing this. I hope this is the last surgery, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, is it? No, I'm kidding. The next surgery I'm going to have is probably having another child, but I'm still on my waiting period. Like, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna have any kids right now. Um, Probably in a year. But anyway, off tangent. But like I said, if you are that type of woman who are saying, "Don't tell me what to do with my body," but then you have an opinion of what Jackie O did with her body, like, make it make sense. She made her decision for herself. Yes, she got up off that table after. We don't know what happened. I don't think the autopsy came out. I don't think they ever revealed any of that. A lot of people are scolding the doctor, like, oh, don't go to him. He got bad reviews. Honestly, I only saw bad reviews on him after she died, and they made his ratings drop down, I guess. So I don't know what it was prior to. I did see a few comments. Some people were like, he's great, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if she's used him prior. My thing is, you definitely want to do your research on who you're going to. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been watching Dr. Curves, and I was like, well, damn, he did Akbar body. And I'm like, I thought about a BBL. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was like, I want a BBL, and I remember having a conversation with someone, and they said a lot of women do these surgeries because of like self-esteem issues. Like, they just basically say they just did it just to do it. Honestly, I'm one of those women. I just did it just to do it because I want my body proportioned a certain type of way, not for no lookers or nothing, but at the same time, I also know I could do that in the gym, especially for the things that I want done, and I've achieved it before, so why not again? Um, it's harder. People tend to take the easy way out, and I can't really say easy way out because I'm the one who did weight loss surgery. Honestly, weight loss surgery is hard. Once you get down to a certain point, your body pauses. Even when I was losing weight at the very beginning, my body paused. So it's not easy as people think. They think we cheated, blah, blah, blah. After doing your research, you're going to be like, oh, okay, that's definitely not cheating because you have loose skin. You got to keep up with your protein just so you avoid loose skin. It's a lot that comes with shit like that. But yeah, for me personally, I feel like it's okay for a guy to have an opinion on what a woman does with their body, because a lot of women are saying men are the reasons why they do what they do to their bodies, because men don't accept them for how they look in that first natural stage. So they go ahead and go and do these things for these men who could be running a joke, like, she could call him big head and he'd be like little titties, and that makes her feel some type of way. Women are emotional creatures. So she's like, I've always heard that people always talking about I have little titties, then why are you with me? Why I'm gonna get my boobs done? All types of stuff like that. So it's not just doing it just to do it or doing it for health reasons. There are reasons why women really go, and even men too. Men are starting to get surgeries, their hairlines and shit. They don't like how their hair is receding, so they decided to go ahead and get some sort of surgery to pull the wig back forward. So I hear mainly a lot of people they're like, so where are these women confidence? Even if a guy does say this about your boobs, honestly, because of me about myself, I've always noticed my breasts prior to, like, once I started seeing my boobs getting bigger and the directions they were going since young, I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna like my boobs. Like, and I was young talking about my breasts. So it doesn't always have to be a situation of women getting low self-esteem from a guy. There's probably always something that we see in ourselves that we've been wanting to change, and we just never got the opportunity, or there wasn't the money, or we were too young to change it then. That was my situation. I was too young to change my breast then. So, and then once I found out about this, and I feel like, after having the weight loss surgery, it kind of made it more easier to walk through, because like I said, you're starting to get loose skin in certain areas. And I don't know. I feel like after having my breast done, like, no, after having my weight loss surgery, I feel like my breasts, they got big after pregnancy, but they just they just were going down and down. I wish I could show y'all a picture, but that might be too much. I don't want to get flagged on here, y'all. But yeah, like I said, men can have their opinions. It's just how far they go with it. Just like anybody else had their opinions, just like anybody threw their mouths at, the situation with Jackie O and DC. And he's definitely, the way he handled it, I don't care what anybody says. That man is strong as heck. The way he handled it, no matter what the naysayers said about his relationship with Jackie O, people were like, oh, he was degrading her on YouTube. That's what made her do it in the first place. And nah, because you gotta remember, she was a wilding out girl. I mean, I've seen bitches work in Hooters, and they've had flat asses. Next time you go in Hooters, they got big booties, because behind it all, Hooters was once a company that they wanted big breasts and big butts and all that stuff just to draw in people to serve crabs and wings and all that stuff. So, I mean, it sucks when there's so many, and we can't obviously change how many people are in the world, because once one is gone, another is born. They grow up, they have their opinions, whether they're negative, positive. They're always going to have an opinion about something that they believe in. And I mean, you can't really argue with people who have their opinions until it's something that has to be factual. You feel me? Like, I could sit here and say to you, like, I don't like that. That's just how I feel. You may like it, but that's just how you feel. That's your opinion. I don't like it. That's my opinion. We just got to agree to disagree and disagree to agree. That's just how it works. Now, what's the purpose of like cosmetic surgery? Like, I, I just said it previously. People do it for numerous of reasons. Like I said, I've done it because of the fact that I I had a situation that I wanted to take care of years ago. Like, one person I was talking to, I was like, "Yeah, I did my breast." They was like, "Oh, you finally did it after all these years? I know you've been talking about it for a long time." Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And other reasons or the purposes of it is because people have this vision in their mind of what is attractive to men. And it's so crazy because a lot of guys that I'm starting to hear now, even the guys that sit there and they rap about the big ass and the big boobs, they have a natural fucking woman sitting at home. Like, and even if she's had a nose job or something, or whatever the case may be, I've seen people have nose jobs because they had to open up their nasal cavity because of whatever reason. Um, I've seen people change their eye color, which I think is stupid. That to me is stupid. I've seen people tighten up their vagina, and probably because of, having a baby, they say it gets loose. I feel like, for me, it went back, but to each his own. Um, Finding the best doctor prior to surgery. This is a sensitive topic because they are actually assigning, like, for instance, dentists to work on women's bodies, or some sort of specific doctor. It could be a fucking foot doctor, and now he's doing breasts. Like, how? How did that happen? Like, how did you get in that field to do breasts when you supposed to be working on feet? Like, they're just giving these license to anybody. They're just allowing practices to open up because the more and more people who want these surgeries. Like, I was watching Kevin Hart the other day. He said the only person that we really knew that was having surgery, and I'm sure there were more, but he was like Michael Jackson and Dolly Parton. It was like no surgery or bleaching, or, well, bleaching ain't surgery, but it's altering the body. And those were just it. Now people got surgeries where they could, like I said, the vaginal tightening, um, breast lift, silicone, BBL, transferring your fat to your butt. Honestly, I know BBL is the most dangerous surgery, which is so crazy to me because it's like it's still your fat. You know what I'm saying? It's your fat going into your butt. So yeah, you got it moved, but it's still technically natural, I guess. To me personally, that's my opinion. Argue with your mama. I still think, having a BBL, taking your own fat, putting it somewhere else, hey, it's crazy. It's the most dangerous surgery. And you would think like surgeries like, that you're actually injecting silicone into your breast or your butt would be the most dangerous. I mean, they probably are over time because I've seen people like K Michelle. Who else was it? They had a picture of their butt and it was just like eaten away from the silicone. And you start seeing like a lot of these women trying to get back their natural bodies and removing a lot of these stuff that they did stupidly because they were just up on the hype. Really, the hype is natural bodies. Um, and I don't care what y'all say about my boobs, they're still natural. I don't have no silicone, no nothing in my breast. So judge your mama. And let me see. I don't know why people saying they can't see me. I see an audience coming in. But so I wanted to talk on like how the world, not just men, degrade natural bodies. Then it's, oh, she should have a strong mindset. Honestly, you got to be aware of the things that you say to people. Like, why is it necessary to target? Like, for instance, if I tell somebody, yo, I don't like my butt, like my butt just look weird. And then when we could be joking around, the one thing that you want to target that I'm sitting on every fucking day is my butt. Oh, your booty look all types of weird, da 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 da. Knowing that I may be insecure about that, and why is that the thing that you decide to target? Knowing that I would feel some type of way about it, and that may make me want to look into getting it shaped up, augmented, whatever, reconstructed. I feel like people got to watch how they play, I guess. Don't target people. I don't know what is going on. Give me a second, guys. Let me see if I could pull it up. Yeah, I'm live. I don't know. Okay. Some people are saying they weren't seeing me, which is weird because I started my live a long time ago. All right. All right, great. Okay. But yeah, like I said, you got to watch how you play with people because some people may be sensitive about things, and the fact that you sitting there choosing to talk about somebody's insecurities is like, what do you expect them to do at that point? Like, people that have the highest of confidence. I mean, I've been there. Honestly, girl, I have a mark on my arm. I've always hated my mark. I never used to show it like that. But as I got older, it like really doesn't bother me anymore. I don't care that it's there. It's just like either one, because I think it was grafting surgery for them to do it. They would have to take a piece of my skin somewhere just to cover it, and I was like, yeah, nah, that's stupid. I might just tattoo over it one day, but I really honestly don't let it bother me like I used to. Like, I guess, being young and trying to find your crowd or trying to fit in or whatever the case may be in those teenage stages and younger for me, that I was just like, I hate this. And then there's other kids that don't have this. They could show their arms. Me, on the other hand, I have this big ass mark on my arm. Like, I hate it. But as you get older and you start to accept things about yourself, um, it's just like smooth sailing after that. Me personally, I accepted my boobs from the time that they were, um, I guess, growing, and developing. And once it got to a point where they were just, you know, not growing in the right direction. I be making jokes, y'all. Like, I be like, damn, my damn boobs done pointed me down south. This is why my ass came to Georgia. If they probably went any more south, I probably would have been somewhere else. But I make jokes about stuff like that because it's just like, I definitely went through a transition. Um, like I said, my breasts were like down here. Like, now they're up, and it's crazy because I didn't even know they were gonna do this. My friend ended up telling me, and I also had recommendations. That too, guys. If you've had friends that possibly did surgeries prior with that same doctor, like I think it was like three of my friends that I knew that went to the same doctor, so I went to him too. Um, well, he got recommended, and then when I told my friend, she's like, "Oh yeah, that's who I went to," and she's like, "Yeah, what's her name went to?" So it was good to hear that because he got history. He's dealt with these people. Okay, so now I'm okay. I can put more trust in it that he knows what he's doing, and I'll wake the heck up. But a lot of things that I've been seeing too. Is it Alonzo Arnold did a BBL, and oh my god, y'all people are so disgusting. So Alonzo Arnold went ahead and did a BBL. Um, and she, for those of you who don't know, Alonzo Arnold is trans, but she went ahead and did a BBL. This was like, I want to say, a couple days after the whole Jackie O situation happened. Everybody was like, wow, perfect timing for you to go do this. I'm just like, bro, y'all cannot be serious. So she's just supposed to stop everything she's doing because somebody else passed away? Like, make it make sense. Like, that's not her body. And another thing is, you got to think about the time frame with these surgeries. Alonzo Arnold could have probably had this surgery set from years ago or even a year out, because some of these doctors, when you call, they'd be like, yeah, we're booked up for like a year, so you got to come in next year. So who's to say? Like, it sucks on the timing, but what can you do? She went ahead and got her surgery, and boom, that's it. Like, people are crazy, y'all. Like, that shit made no sense to me. But either way, I did see during Alonzo Arnold's surgery that she did local anesthesia. I've been researching that because this is the point where they, and a lot of people like, I wouldn't do that. I want to be put to sleep, but a lot of times it's really the anesthesia that mess up a lot of people. And yeah, with Jackie O doing a mommy makeover, it probably did a lot on her body because it was so many things being done at once. I know they usually call it mommy makeover, but you can still choose. I think it has to be about two or three surgeries that you have in order for it to be considered mommy makeover. But it was just like, yeah, local anesthesia. You could go ahead and do local anesthesia, and you can actually still be awake while they are working on that bottom part of your body. You will still be numb down there. You will not feel anything. And I thought that made perfect sense. I'm like, so if you want to do these things, then this is the way to go. Do local anesthesia. Read up on it for yourself. I mean, some people are like, oh, I want to be asleep because if I do pass away, I could pass away in my sleep, blah, blah, blah. I would rather be up to see what them doctors are doing, just to be honest with you. Because I don't need my toe in my belly button when that's not the procedure I was supposed to be getting. Like, no. But I feel like a lot of people are just so negative to the things that are honestly approved of in this world. Like, you're going to have people who are accepting of you getting surgery, you're going to have people who are not. You're going to have people who are, supporting you or cursing you out at the same time, or you might have somebody doing separate. You might have somebody that's just like, I love you the way you are. Oh, I don't like that about you. I hate this about you. Whatever the case may be. It's just, it is what it is. It's like you can't change people who've already gotten into their own beliefs, basically. And I'm not saying like shit. I be seeing some of these women who do these surgeries, and I'm like, oh, why did they do that? But then after a while, when they start to heal up, I'm like, damn, that actually look good. Now, you skinny legged women, I will say this: you skinny legged women who are doing BBLs, grabbing that little tiny little skinny fat out the back of your back just to put a butt in, stop it. It's not matching the legs. It looks crazy. Once again, my opinion, but if you look at it, you might fall over. Um, but yeah, like I said, y'all, I'm gonna keep this session short today. I'm glad I finally got to reveal to you guys what surgery I had. Next week, Sunday, 8 o'clock. I don't know, I might push the time back a little bit. But right now, it's gonna be 8 o'clock. But if anything changes, it will be on my headline. I might push it to 7 p.m. But you will sit in with me to talk about legs to ass ratio for real. You will sit in with me to talk about Misery Loves Company, and I could pretty much give you a little cup of what that discussion is going to be about. I basically called it Misery Loves Company because I gained a friendship with someone, and they were always coming to me advice. At some point, that advice started to feel like it was actually turning on deaf ears. So it was always repetitive for me saying the same things, how you should handle the situation. No, I'm not judging you, blah, blah, blah. But if this is what you're saying, you got to start to believe that you can and do it, because at some point I'm going to start tuning it out. I don't want to keep hearing about it because I still have my mental to deal with. I still have my daughter to deal with. I still have my household to deal with, my boyfriend to deal with. I don't want to keep hearing this. Like, your bullshit now becomes my bullshit. And it's draining me. So, yeah, y'all, that's pretty much what Misery Loves Company will be about. And just for the fact that there are really people out there that really want you to sit with them in their sadness, when you trying to elevate, you don't got time for that. Honestly, y'all, let me tell you, I couldn't be a therapist. I cannot be a therapist. As good as the advice may be, I cannot do it because I'm gonna end up telling you at some point, like, look, you either put up or shut up. You ain't doing nothing, so you might as well just shut up and suck it up and deal with it. Because I know a lot of people are not headstrong, but then when you have those people like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it, yeah, this is the plan, Stan. And then the next minute you call them and they're like, yeah, I forgot about it. You did not forget shit. You just didn't do it because you pussified. You pussified, okay? That's why you didn't do it. But y'all will see the cover for Misery Loves Company coming up um, between tonight and tomorrow. Um, you guys, please love yourself. Don't judge situations that you really, really are not invested in or you're not in. We are not in everybody's lives. We are not in these celebrity lives. We can laugh, we could kiki, all that. But at some point, we got to know when to just shut up. Like, we can have our opinions, but when you start to get to a point where you're degrading somebody for their decisions that they make in their lives, regardless if it leads them to no longer being on this earth, I mean, let's be honest. We have to deal with death almost every day, regardless of what it is. People get lost, they get stolen, and then here y'all come. Well, how she get lost? How she get stolen? Like, I would have did this. You don't even know what the fuck happened. I'm talking, y'all. I'm talking because at some point I just keep thinking and thinking, and I'm just like, y'all get on my nerves with that shit. Like, how do y'all be knowing? Like, are y'all God? Are y'all psychic? Let me know because I need to find out what well y'all drank from to get these supernatural powers. Like, y'all are mind readers. Pussified been in a dictionary. But y'all, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, I'm not going to keep this long. For some reason, I don't know what happened today, but I definitely set this session up. I'm probably just not going to touch anything till next week because I don't know what happened to my first session. I just pretty much had to run it back and start over. But you guys, y'all have a good and blessed night. Love on your loved ones. Kiss them all. Read up on your doctors if you want to do a surgery. Read up on all the things. Also, read up on the type of surgeries that you're going to have, the death rates, the anesthesia, your choices with staying awake or going to sleep, whatever the case may be. Be blessed, judge less. You know what it is? Always a hot topic, no politics with your girl Soleil. I will see you guys next week for Misery Loves Company. And for the rest of y'all, I'll see y'all.